Well, hi everybody. I'm Harry Donahue. Welcome to Inside Golf, and pretty soon we'll be outdoors hitting shots, weather permitting, right? But where do you think I am right now getting ready for this golf season? Well, here's a little clue for you. Yes, we are indoors at Lou's Laboratory. That would be Lou Guzzi here at Talamore. You know, he's a big deal now. He's on the Golf Channel. He's involved with Adams and Southwest Airlines. I know it's cold weather. You've been in California. Good to see you, first of all.
Yeah.
Last time was in Orlando.
That's right, 2015 in January.
And since then, you've been traveling out west. You've been in Arizona. You've been in Southern California with the Adams people, giving some tips, making some videos. You never stop.
Yeah, we've been having a good time. And flying out again pretty soon, and I'm doing more flying right now than teaching, and that's not a good thing. So I'm ready for the season. I know we're all tired of this weather.
Well, a part of today's show, Lou is going to share some tips on how you, if you are in a flying mode, maybe you do a lot of traveling with business or whatever, a lot of times you're stuck in a hotel room, and Lou, you've developed your own little tips on video about how to improve your game in your own hotel room.
That's right, yeah, and you know, we can take advantage of that. Hotel room when we're traveling, also when we're stuck at home, so you can be indoors working on your game. There's never a dull moment because you should be working on your game 12 months out of the year, and we have an answer for you.
You know, my wife loves it when she comes in from someplace and I'm standing there in the TV room. That's right. You know, just don't break the coffee table, right, Lou?
Yeah.
But
Watch
you got a
ceilings,
tip on that?
Watch the furniture, I sure do.
All right, stay with us. Inside Golf, inside Lou Guzzi's laboratory at Talamore. It's coming up next on Inside Golf. Inside Golf, presented by PGN Plus. Play your golf bucket list. By Jersey Man Magazine. It's a Jersey way of life. And Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf.
At this moment, across the country, families are packing their bags for a getaway. And no matter where they end up, they'll all be home by dinner. Plan your own at playgolfamerica.com. From finding fun and affordable programs to finding advice from PGA and LPGA professionals, playgolfamerica.com has a way for you to get away. Visit today for details. playgolfamerica.com, your link to the game.
Golf is your passion. Each round is a unique experience with memories that last a lifetime. Make your next round one to remember with PGNplus.com. The Professional Golfers Network. Sign up for free for exclusive access to the best private courses in your area. Already a country club member? Go to pgnplus.com to learn how to take your membership further. Play your golf bucket list only on pgnplus.com. Book your tee time today.
And this is where we want to hit the golf ball, right there. And then all of a sudden, look what's next to it.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. We're with Lou Guzzi here at Talamore, at Lou's Lab, as I like to call it, indoors, getting ready for the season. Recently, just last weekend, in fact, we saw some big-time golfers, one in particular, Ian Poulter, struggle with the S word. I'm talking about a shanked shot.
You just said that word.
I know. It sends shivers down just about every golfer's spine.
It's a scary one.
But sooner or later, like I said, not just weekend hackers like myself, guys on tour, elite golfers in the world, will experience a shank or two. That's right. And somebody once said, there's not much difference, somebody told me this, between a shank and a perfect shot. But what's the difference that causes that thing to go dead right?
Yeah, it's kind of scary because when you think about it, I mean, this is where we want to hit the golf ball, right there. And then all of a sudden, look what's next to it. That's close. And there's a couple of different ways that you can unfortunately shank it. I don't want to be an expert on this, but we can certainly talk about it a little bit here. One would be to go outside in. So what would happen, and I'll demonstrate it this way. I can stay right here, Har, and just kind of show everybody what happens. So as you're coming down, your club is going outside and back in. So then what happens here is the hosel is leading the way, and then that's going to cause the shank. The other way would be, let's say we're set up here at address, and then as we're coming into the ball, maybe our path is coming in from the inside. You'll see that the club's coming inside that black line, but for some reason, the golfer moves the club out, so it impacts her here. And again, the ball's hitting the hosel and the ball just shoots off to the right.
So I guess, tendency to think that the ball is hitting on the outside when actually it's hitting more on the inside of the club.
That's right.
And it results in a shank.
One of the important things about that, you bring up a great point. Sometimes the golfer's not going to know the feel between a toe shot and a shank or a heel shot. So the best thing to do is take a piece of impact tape and just put it across the face. Hit some shots and see where your pattern is on this club. And then you'll know, because if you think you're hitting it off the hosel and you're actually hitting it off the toe, you're going to be making a correction, but it's going to be the wrong one.
The other thing I actually, to his credit, Poulter in an interview after that round said that what happened was he wasn't confident that he had the right club in his hand. Confidence being he thought maybe he had a little too much. Say he was hitting a par 5 when maybe a hard 6 was the club. Yeah. So he took a little bit off the swing. Yeah. That also can contribute to creating that shank effect.
It can. I like to teach acceleration when I'm teaching golf. I like my students to accelerate the club all the time. So if you take a little bit off, well, how can we do that? There's different ways to do this. I like to reduce the size of the backswing. This way I can accelerate through, and then there's not going to be that shanking problem. And I think what happened maybe in his case is when he tried to take a little bit off it, all of a sudden his arms might have started to break down. He doesn't have that extension that he's usually looking for, and bingo, next thing you know, you have issues.
Which brings up the question, what personally do you like to do? Take a little bit extra, more club or less club, swing harder with less club, and back off a little bit with more club?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to that formula. When you're reducing the size of your backswing, you're basically going to swing with less swing speed. So now you have this aggressive, accelerated look, and then what happens, I'll hit a wedge sometimes, and I'll have this nice, and we're going to hit one here too, Harry. We're going to have this nice aggressive finish, and the wedge only goes, let's say it's a sand wedge, 50, 60 yards. So it kind of fools the people that I'm playing with because they go, uh-oh, he just really accelerated that. That's going over the green. Oh. And there it is. It lands soft. Because if I don't make a big backswing, and this is something that the students and the golfers need to get used to, with that accelerated finish, it's going to go shorter. But you still have the feel of your full golf swing.
And that's true not only with a wedge or a sand wedge, it's even with a driver, right? You want to, the one swing thought you should have is accelerate and impact through the ball.
That's right. And you know, when you think about it, when you're accelerating, everything stays nice and extended, which is what we want. The hard part about this though, and this is where we prepare our students, let's say we want to hit a knockdown shot. So I might be doing the exact same move with a 7-iron. So now I'm going with a short backswing and a full finish. Well, the mind wants to play tricks on you. If I make the short backswing, it wants to balance that out and make the short finish as well. So consciously we have to make the practice swing, short backswing, full finish, short backswing, full finish, then we're ready to go. Then we go ahead and accelerate, finish the swing, and if it's a 7-iron, shorter backswing, less swing speed, knockdown shot.
Can you demo that for us right here?
Sure can.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm going to get set up, and I'm going to make the practice swing and rehearse this. And all you have to do is get comfortable with it. I don't even need to change my ball position. Then get set up, and let's see what the ball does. And there's a short backswing with a full finish. Wow. It's nice and aggressive.
Nice little draw.
106 yards carry. Now this club right here will go 130 yards in the air. So we just took off quite a bit.
Just by the shorter backswing.
Yeah, so but I'm still feeling that acceleration.
You did not cheat once you went through impact. That club finished well past your shoulder line.
Yeah, it sure did. So, you know, if I take it even shorter, with a full finish, I can also control the swing speed a little bit. I like to think about having two different maybe, you know, dials on the range here as far as swing speed goes. So I'm going to take a little off the swing speed, but I'm still accelerating the club. So right there we have 106. There's the swing, and there's 101. So we just took off 5 yards.
And that should go about what, 90 something?
Yeah, that one carried at 101. And then all you have to do is just, you know, take your clubs, hit them, feel the speed, feel the size of the swing you're making, accelerate through, and you're on your way.
Accelerate through the shot. All right, we talked about in the opening how Lou has developed, for those of you who travel like he does a lot, tips that you can employ in your hotel room.
That's right.
And then when you're done traveling and when you're home, you can do it in your own bedroom. Let's take a look.
Lou Guzzi here in beautiful Santa Monica, California, working on my short game, the putter, inside my hotel room. It's gorgeous outside too, but I need that light for this tip. I'm going to work on speed control. I'm rolling the ball down the hallway as close as I can to the baseboard without hitting the baseboard. Hit it, 2-stroke penalty. On the return, I'm going to roll the balls back up, try to get them in between the beds, hard dog leg to the right, and then I'm going to put a little cup down there, a little glass, a little something that I can roll the ball to. So then I'm practicing speed control on the way back. Roll it past the bed. Now I'm going to lose a stroke because now I got to put it back down before I can go back into the dog leg. So working on speed control, keeping my head absolutely still, visualizing that putt, feeling the speed. And there we go, nice roll, inside 2 feet, mission accomplished. Think about that. There's always a way to practice your putting inside a hotel room or inside your house as well. Hope this tip helps you out with your short game, and remember, keep in the fairway.
You know, one of the things I love about coming to Lou's Lab here at Talamore, the gadgets. Now, this is more than just a gadget. This is a new massage chair from Infinity. Lou has this for his students, for maybe a friend of one of his students who just needs, oh, that feels great, by the way.
Have fun.
You learned how to work all these controls. Let me just settle back here and get ready for our next segment on Inside Golf. Lou, this is wonderful. Who needs a golf course? If you haven't seen it already, I'd like to introduce you to Jersey Man Magazine, published by former Eagle tight end Ken Dunnick. It's the only men's magazine in our area. Enjoy articles on cigars, martinis, the mob, business, politics, and, of course, golf. Written by big-time journalists like George Anastasia, Bill Lyon, Sam Carchidi, and many others. Subscriptions are only $20 a year and are available at jerseymanmagazine.com.
In 1916, a small group of dedicated golfers decided to turn their passion into a business. And the PGA of America was born. Our plan was to teach golf and to run golf courses. But along the way, we learned we taught something much more valuable than a game. And we built something far more enduring than clubhouses or fairways. So now, after almost 100 years, we've come to realize that what we thought would be a success story has always been, and always will be, a love story. From the 28,000 dedicated professionals at the PGA of America to the 27 million men, women, and children who share the passion that is our business. Thank you.
Now for our Fit Tip of the Week, presented by Philadelphia PGA partner Rothman Institute, the region's largest orthopedic provider. The Philadelphia PGA and Rothman Institute want to make sure you are golf ready with these tips and tricks for getting back on the course. Here to help us deliver these tips each week is PGA professional Scott Riley and sports medicine surgeon Dr. Paul Marchetto from Rothman Institute.
All right, thanks, Leela. We're back here with another Fit Tip. I'm here with Doc Marchetto. We're going to talk a little bit about actually someone that came into the golf shop, a person that loves to play golf, is out there all the time. But in fact, old man winter set in, and sure enough, this person came in a little bit of back pain and feels like they can't play golf. I mean, there's really a pain from the lower back going down the leg. I'll maybe let you talk about a little bit of maybe some of the causes of what happened. And I will inkle to you that this gentleman was shoveling the driveway.
There you go. Yeah. So that's a perfect setup. So someone who's not used to doing that kind of heavy lifting, when they're in that position, repetitively lifting heavy, wet snow, the next day they're going to come to you and they're going to say, gee, I'm having trouble with my low back. I have pain when I sit. I sit in the car for 2 hours on my commute, and my leg goes numb. I have pain down below my knee into my foot, all radiating pain from the low back. Disc disease is what we describe. The nerves in the low back go down into the buttocks and down behind the knee, down into the calf area, into the foot. You know very well that that's coming from the low back region. Typically, these subtle pains can be resolved with what we've described before: anti-inflammatory medication, moist heat, posturing when you sleep at night with a pillow between your legs or pillow under your knees and sleeping on your back, not on your stomach, to take that arc off of the low back. And then as you start to progress, flexibility exercises, and really again getting back to that core strength to help protect that little spine with all those big core muscles. Very important to go through all those. And we see it during sports. Overdoing it, carrying too much, swinging too hard, you just twist, and if you have a little susceptibility with an irritated nerve in your low back, it's going to trigger that, and boy, it'll ruin your day.
Yeah, you know, those activities, everybody wants to help around the house, but sometimes think about some of those precautions.
Yeah, that's why shoveling snow is something you should be careful with.
Well, you heard it here from Doc. Hopefully we won't get too much snow this winter. We'll be out there playing more, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Golf is your passion. Each round is a unique experience with memories that last a lifetime. Make your next round one to remember with PGNplus.com, the Professional Golfers Network. Sign up for free for exclusive access to the best private courses in your area. Already a country club member? Go to PGNplus.com to learn how to take your membership further. Play your golf bucket list only on PGNplus.com. Book your tee time today.
At Valley Forge Casino Resort, we're rolling out the action and bringing it all to the table. So go all in at Philly's premier entertainment destination. Now on sale. Josh Turner, March 28th. Jenny McCarthy, April 10th. Hart, May 22nd. Frank Sinatra Jr., May 23rd. Valley Forge Casino Resort, the only Philly area casino that has it all.
And welcome back. It's time for Teed Off. We're at the beautiful Valley Forge Casino Resort, which is also the home for two fantastic restaurants. Pacific Prime, if you like steak and seafood, and Viviano, if you are a lover of Italian food. Hey, you may love all three of those, so come back multiple times. We have coming back today Jim Smith Jr. He is the director of golf at the Philadelphia Cricket Club. We have Harry Mays from 97.5 The Fanatic, holds down the 10 to 12 noon slot every Monday through Friday. And from myphillygolf.com, we have Joe Logan. Well, it's now official. Aronimink has a pretty big event coming up in the calendar. It's the BMW Championship, which is in that run down the stretch toward the Tour Championship and the FedEx Cup standings and all that. And do you see this one coming, Joe? Has this been something that the Aronimink members have been after? Or I know they, after the Tiger Woods tournament for a couple of years and some other things out there, they were looking to get something big, and this seems to be a nice little prize for them.
It is. I did not see this specific thing coming, but they do want, you know, a big event like a PGA or a Ryder Cup. This is a big event for the PGA Tour. You know, when the AT&T was here, the players liked it, the tour liked it. There were well-run events, and so I'm not at all surprised they came back to Aronimink. It is a great precursor for potential a major or a Ryder Cup.
Timing-wise, Harry, it's in September. Now, if Chip Kelly and the Eagles have it going in September, is that going to be a problem getting crowds out there to Aronimink to see this thing or not?
I don't think so, because this is, it's one of the final stages of the FedEx Cup playoffs. You know, leading into the Tour Championship, you've got a smaller field, and you've got the best players that year. I think it's a great event, and I'm really pleased to know that it's coming to this area. This area deserves big-time golf on a regular basis.
Well, speaking of which, this year, forget about 2016, this year in 2015, Philadelphia Cricket Club, and Jim Smith can address this, is going to be hosting what is now called the National Professional Championship. It used to be the Club Pro Championship. And why it's big is because the top 20 finishers get an automatic qualifier for the PGA Championship. So this gives a lot of players a chance to play their way into the PGA Championship, and it puts Philly cricket right on the map.
It does. I mean, this is our U.S. Open, meaning Club Professionals U.S. Open. This is it's going to bring 312 golf professionals from every section in the country and every state to the Philadelphia area to our club. Our membership couldn't be more excited about it. I think it's an opportunity for our facility to sort of give back to golf a little bit, also to see how these players perform on our newly restored Wissahickon course. They're going to use both courses for 2 rounds, and then they'll make a cut in and then the final 2 rounds will be at Wissahickon. So I can't wait for the tournament to start, and we'll see what it comes.
And it's going to be strictly stroke play, right? It's not going to be match play or anything.
It is all stroke play, yes.
Okay, so they'll begin at both the Wissahickon and Militia Hill. And then what? The last 2 rounds will be at Wissahickon?
The last 2 rounds will be at Wissahickon. It runs it's June 24th to July 1st, and the tournament rounds are Sunday, Monday are the 36-hole rounds, and then Tuesday, Wednesday are the final 2 rounds.
Now you said a field will open with 312. How do you get to 312?
No, the 312 are qualifiers from each of the sections. Depending on your participation in each section championship determines the number of spots you get. So as an example, I think the Philadelphia section has 13 representatives where, the Montana area may only have 2 because they have fewer participants. And they'll cut down to the low 90 after 36 holes are played. And then I believe they cut down to the low 70 after the 54 holes are complete.
Joe, this is going to be a big thing for not only the cricket club, but for Philadelphia Golf.
Well, it's a coming out party for the cricket club's restoration. And it's a big event nationally for club pros. So, like Harry said, this area deserves a big golf tournament. It's got a great fan base, and this can't be anything but good for golf in Philadelphia.
And traditionally, there is some precedent for this event being a forerunner of that venue getting a PGA championship. Now, I don't want to put you on the spot here, or your members and your board, but let's face it, I'm sure the blinders aren't on for cricket club members and board to figure out that, hey guys, this is what we got to do if we got to take it to the next level.
Yeah, there's speculation in the media. There's certain guys that have written certain things. We have the PNC this year. We were recently awarded the 2020 USGA 4-ball championship, which if you look at the venues that's being played at, they include Olympic, Wingfoot, Pinehurst. So it's going to some pretty nice places. I think our club is kind of taking each event one at a time, and whatever it brings, it brings.
You just mentioned a couple Tillinghast courses there, right?
Yeah.
Which Wissahickon, the original design was by
Tillinghast, yes.
So, I mean, your thoughts on that whole process?
We've talked about the fact that most golf courses are either PGA courses or USGA courses. They've got one event each way, so we could see which way the cricket club goes in the next few years, and it could I won't say be forced to take a side, but could gravitate toward one or the other.
Harry, and you mentioned Philadelphia deserves it. I mean, it's a top 5 or 6, whatever depending on who you look at, media market in the country. And, for years, White Marsh Valley, and you don't remember it, but you and I remember, I don't know if Jim even remembers White Marsh Valley being a regular tourist stop, and the IVB.
Sure, that was in the early 80s.
It started in the 60s and went into the early 80s, and it was always a matter of dates and what they could do. So, okay, we're not maybe going to get a regular tour stop, but Merion got the Open, and I'm sure Merion is going to be in Rhoda for some other USGA events. This, for Philadelphia Cricket Club, and more importantly, Philadelphia Golf, would be a huge get.
Absolutely, it's outstanding. And I mean, there's no reason why this area couldn't support, in my mind, a regular tour stop that maybe rotated between 2 or 3 different venues every year, so the membership wouldn't be inconvenienced every year. We've got Comcast and many places I think that could sponsor it. It deserves it.
And Inside Golf will be there to cover every shot.
Right.
Jim Smith promises me we'll have a location right outside his office at the beautiful Wissahickon course. Jim, thank you, Harry and Joe. And Inside Golf continues with more in just a moment. The Valley Forge Casino Resort is the region's only full amenity gaming resort, and it's only seconds from the Pennsylvania Turnpike at King of Prussia. It features 600 slots, 50 table games, and there are nearly 500 guest rooms, plus 8 restaurants designed to meet all of your dining needs. So put the beautiful Valley Forge Casino Resort on your destination list. Anthony Spagno is Vice President in charge of gaming operations here at Valley Forge Resort Casino. And Anthony, you have big deals coming up here in mid-March. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we're very excited. We're going to break into the happy hour business. We're going to do a lot of different things for happy hour. We're very excited about it. Food specials, raw bar specials, drink specials, gaming from the gaming side. We're going to do $10 minimum games. We'll have Ultimate Texas Hold'em, 3-card poker. Some of our blackjack tables and crap tables will be $10 minimums. we're very excited about it.
Now, this is happy hour, so that means it's going to be sometime around, 5 to 7, 7:30 or so every, Monday through Friday?
So Monday through Friday from 5 to 7, happy hours, and all those specials I talked about will occur during that time.
Now, Anthony, in addition to what's happening in terms of the happy hour and at the gaming tables, you have some new slot machines coming in.
Very excited. What we try to do here at Valley Forge is we try to stay ahead of the curve, always introducing new games, the latest, the greatest. We're very excited. We're bringing in the new Wizard of Oz game, David Copperfield, and Titanic, so we're very excited about that.
Should be an interesting time, as it always is here, springtime at the Valley Forge Casino Resort.
Interesting and fun. We want to be fun. We want to have a great time. We want to offer as many things as we can to our customers. We want to be everything to everybody.
At Valley Forge Casino Resort, we're rolling out the action and bringing it all to the table. So go all in at Philly's premier entertainment destination. Now on sale. Josh Turner, March 28th. Jenny McCarthy, April 10th. Hart, May 22nd. Frank Sinatra Jr., May 23rd. Valley Forge Casino Resort, the only Philly area casino that has it all.
Golf is your passion. Each round is a unique experience with memories that last a lifetime. Make your next round one to remember with PGNplus.com, the Professional Golfers Network. Sign up for free for exclusive access to the best private courses in your area. Already a country club member? Go to PGNplus.com to learn how to take your membership further. Play your golf bucket list only on PGNplus.com. Book your tee time today.
At this moment, across the country, families are packing their bags for a getaway. And no matter where they end up, they'll all be home by dinner. Plan your own at playgolfamerica.com. From finding fun and affordable programs to finding advice from PGA and LPGA professionals, playgolfamerica.com has a way for you to get away. Visit today for details. playgolfamerica.com, your link to the game.
Well, that is going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Lou Guzzi is stoking the fire here at the laboratory. You know, pretty soon, Lou, you'll have that thing turned off for the season,
Yeah,
right?
but boy, I love it though.
You know, today, think about what we did today. In addition to getting warm, and I got a little massage, we cured all the problems you'll ever have with Shanks. Pretty soon, this is going to be a boring game. You know?
Then I'll be out of a job.
Well, it won't be that soon. Lou Guzzi, former Teacher of the Year with the PGA of America. I'm Harry Donahue, and remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, all that snow and ice and everything else, don't pick up. And we'll see you next time right here on Inside Golf. Inside Golf, presented by PGN Plus. Play your golf bucket list. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life, and Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf.